Fox News, The Federalist, and other white rag mags have attempted to smear the name of Emerson College's newly promoted Dean of Graduate and Professional Studies, Professor Kim McLarin, by calling her a racist. Now, this is the ultimate spin because Professor McLarin is a black woman. Perhaps Black America has finally overcome and we haven't been formally informed that we are now accepted into the racist society that birthed America and Jim Crow. Well, congratulations to Professor McLarin for being the first black racist just in time to celebrate your accomplishments during Black History Month. Pun intended, I suppose? What's actually going on here is Fox peddling the worst faux news ever, labeling a black woman a racist at an institution that has been trying to repair their own systemic racist history. Just last year at Emerson College, a dorm was vandalized with racist graffiti targeting Asians, and the hateful graffiti was found in the Little Building Residence Hall, where 2 students were investigated for vandalism. A few days prior to that, 4 swastikas were found in the stairwell of another area of the school. Doesn't look like Emerson is doing too much either, right? It's easy for the president of Emerson to voice their concern over these very serious acts of racism, but it's becoming harder to see Emerson College as a protector of their students and faculty when they are the direct target of racism. A few words of compassion will not cut it. In fact, around 1991 to 1992, a former black student, wants to remain anonymous, arrived at her room to racist writings and vandalism on her door. Is Emerson College enabling racists? Are they looking the other way, pretending not to know? Are the investigations as real as they're made out to be? Forget it. Are the concerns of Emerson's board as authentic as they're made out to be? We're talking racism here. The institution of racism is built on counter intel. So everything must be looked at from that perspective. And in the case of Professor McLarin, Emerson College has yet to defend her against Fox's attacks. Fox News. They've issued no press release, no statement, nothing on the website of the prestigious communications school. Is those on the board of Emerson welcome the dog whistle by the frauds at Fox News? Don't be surprised. That's how racism works. See, when white people refuse to defend black people against other white people, that's real racism. Fox picked the right college dean to attack because a black college would have lambasted the Fox frauds and dragged them through social media. As they say on black social media, Fox don't want that smoke. So in case you're wondering why Fox News is trying to make this black woman a racist, it's because Mrs. McLarin had the audacity to call out their beloved Karens in some of her writings, including some written for the Washington Post. Mrs. McLarin truthfully and factually explained the relationship between black and white women when she wrote that she doesn't generally dislike white women, rather that she does not trust them. Ms. McLarin says through her lifetime of observation and study, and also a highly unscientific survey of friends and friends of friends, most black women share her opinion. Ladies, you watching? Put simply, this is what she says: white women have power they will not share, and which they most likely will not admit, even when wielding it. Think about all the white women calling the police on black women and men for capital crimes, such as grilling near a lake, driving through a neighborhood, bumping a leg on an overcrowded plane. You know, that's what the Karens do. Now, Fox News is now trying to change history. Professor McLarin can never be a racist. Prejudiced? Maybe, but not racist. However, in remembering that Fox News and its viewers don't have a comprehensive understanding past the 7th grade, they certainly wouldn't understand the difference between racism and prejudice. Then again, that's actually how racism works. It's the pretending not to know, all the while damaging the reputation and credibility of what they fear most, a strong black person in leadership. See Obama's birth certificate. This is racism at its finest. A bunch of white men backed by a bunch of gullible white women wielding imaginary fiery crosses, using their media as hoods to bring a lynch mob and hang a black woman for speaking out of turn. Basically, Fox has turned Professor McLarin into a modern-day Emmett Till. And how dare she tell the world that she doesn't see black and white women having the real ability to get along? After all, white women have been loving black women, men, and children for over 500 years, long before racism was invented. Now let that sink in. Whenever Fox News says anything, they're trying to unravel their own misdeeds in racist America's continued crimes against us. This is nothing more than the racist news outlets' attempt at making themselves appear to care about race and harmony in America. It's like Mark Wahlberg asking for the state of Massachusetts to pardon him for his racist crimes, now that he's a multimillionaire. But like Wahlberg, Fox doesn't get a pass. This is what they hope would happen. After all, that's how racism works. MC Spice, real talk from a hip-hop perspective.